picture.
What's up, guys? I am Cherie Lynette, and welcome to the Homeschool Lounge, where today we have Mikey and Ari with us.
And the squeakies.
And the squeaky dog.
And Teddy.
And everybody. And today we are going to be sharing a day in our homeschool life. So, let's get started.
Yay!
So I always try to get up before the kids. I have a few minutes to myself, and I usually wake them up about 7:30. Now this one here snuck downstairs this morning, so he's on the couch, but I'm getting him up, and then I go and wake up Ari. And this is the real life here. You see her room? Not what it's supposed to look like, but that's another video. So we get our day started by heading to the park. I try to get them outside, moving, playing. I just feel like this is our first year trying this. It wakes them up better and it puts them in a better mood when we actually sit down to do our schoolwork. So we kind of start our day with like a morning circle time, I guess you could call it. We start our morning every day with our morning prayer. And then this is just the time when we kind of just talk if they have anything going on, or this is when like we kind of have mini family meetings if I have anything I want to tell them. And then we go into our Bible verse for the day. So on Mondays I introduce them to a new Bible verse, and then throughout the week we just go over it. And then on Thursday, which is our last day of school for the week, then we see if they can recite it. So next we move on to our reading time. I usually start off with Ariana. She's working on her sight words, and I love introducing any new concepts to them if I can through music. So this is a workbook I've been using with her where we're working on a couple of sight words, but it teaches her through song. So I play the music, I go over it with her aloud, and then she follows along with the little pointer. She gets really excited because she gets to use the pointer and she loves singing the song. So anything that captures their attention, gets them hands-on and engaged, it always makes it so much easier for them when they're having fun and they're learning it. And then Mikey gets a little impatient because this is a time like he wants to do it too. And he wants to tell her all the words and all the answers. But I try to make sure like she understands like this is just her time. I'm focusing on her. And then once she's finished with her time, then Mikey goes and he reads a book out loud to all of us. With Mikey, I like to get him to read out loud. It helps him work on his language, of course. But also when he gets excited, when he's reading, he tends to start going really fast. Sometimes he's mumbling his words and he's hard to understand. So it's just good practice to get him to slow down, read so that Ari can understand, I can understand, and just help him get confident using his voice and reading out loud. I always project these books on our TV screen. These books are called Sammy the Bird, and if you have Kindle, they're free, and it's like a whole series. It's over 100 books, but they're the cutest little books about this bird who's always just getting into some kind of trouble. Mikey loves these books, and if you find books that they love to read, they keep asking you for more, and that's what you're looking for, to make reading fun, to make them excited about it, to get them to keep asking. And that's exactly what these books do. Usually he ends a little upset because he wants to keep going and we have to move on. After reading, we usually move on to history, but the book that I had ordered for us to read that day and to go over, it actually came late. So we didn't do history right after reading. We should have gone straight to math. Science is their absolute favorite, and so I usually leave that until last just to keep behaviors in check and give them something to look for. You don't give the dessert before the dinner. And they were so excited, I messed up. And I went ahead and let them do science, so we went straight into science next. Okay, so this month we are learning about the human body, and today we were focusing on the brain. So I introduced them to the concept through music, like I said earlier. I let them watch a couple of videos, and this really helps keep Mikey engaged. He's very, very much a visual learner, whereas Ariana is more of a hands-on learner. So I make sure that I'm introducing both concepts to them in both ways so that they're both engaged. I always try to find fun games, activities, things that keeps them interested. I'm not really a big worksheet person. They do have to do them, of course, to practice handwriting or if I'm testing them or so on. But most of the time, if we're learning a concept, it's going to be because we are playing. Now, granted, I messed up like I told y'all earlier, and they should have done this activity last. And so I had some behaviors when I had to tell them, let's move on to math. So they lost their math game today and ended up doing worksheets. All right, guys, and that is it. As you can see, our homeschool days are really low-key, simple. We cover everything that we need to cover, but they're just really short and sweet. The main thing I want is that the kids just have a good time, depending on how they're acting that day, but that they have fun and they enjoy it. So until next time, bye.